Hi, so this is our week 7 tech demo assignment for collaborative learning by Allison Dermy and Anastasia Herkler. So we're first going to start off with the summary of the case study. So in this tech demo assignment, Mr. Washington is a 10th grade art history teacher, and his students are doing a project that has to do with the ISB Visual Arts Standard VAPR 6.1.2, and the standard is make, explain, and justify connections between artists or artwork and social, cultural, and political history. So he wants his students to work in groups from different historical periods. And at the end, they will be creating a group presentation. So this project will cover all of the standards. So this is very good.
So some goals that he has for this project. The first one is brainstorming, and this is when the students will start with a blank canvas and they will be sharing ideas, and each student has, and then they will be synthesizing, and this is when the students will come together and then they will start combining ideas and editing, and if there's some students have the same ideas, they can delete those. And then the last is creating. And this is when they will work on the final presentation, edit any last ideas. And then the next goal is he wants to have a formative assessment so he is able to check the students' progress throughout the project just to make sure they are staying on track and not getting distracted, and if extra students need to be watched a little bit more during class to make sure they're on track, he's able to know so that everyone gets their project done on time. And the last goal is he wants to be able to give the students feedback on their work throughout each of those phases that I talked about in the beginning of the project. Some challenges is that he has used different technologies before for students to use when working together, but he wants to be able to find one that supports all those collaborative thinking that I talked about earlier. He also needs to be able to assess who has contributed what to the project so he knows that everyone's doing the work equally and separating it, and everyone is putting in the same amount of effort. And he also wants students' work during the project to be private with just the members in the group and him. And then when it comes to the final project, he wants it to be viewable by all the students in the class.
So I'm just going to show an example of a Padlet and how to make and sign up for an account. So you're just going to go to padlet.com. And so I already have an account made, but to make an account, you're just going to sign up, and then the student is going to use their school email and then password. And then the one that we are using is the free version, and the free version allows each student to make 3 Padlet account or 3 different Padlets, which is very nice. So once they go ahead and sign in, they're just going to go to make Padlet, and I just have this one right here that we're going to use, and it's over here. You're just going to be able to change it to whatever title you want. So whatever art history title that they have, they'll change it to. And then you can change the background as well, which is cool because it can kind of go with the theme of the project they have going on. And then so to add to it, you're going to go down to this little plus mark right here, and you're going to click on it. And then for the subject, you just write art, and you can add either a picture or a video or add a link that they find that goes with the project. And then you can write down to explain what is the picture, what is the video, or just write down to explain something that you found, like in a textbook that they wanted to add. So then you're just going to go to publish, and then if you ever want to change it, you just go to edit, and you can edit it, and then you update it. So if you ever mess up something, you can always have that option. And then whenever Anya's going to show you later that whenever each student publish, it's going to have their name next to it, so the teacher can tell who did what of the work, and that's really nice.
Okay, so the key features of Padlet. The purpose is that the students will be able to work together and they'll be able to share their ideas with other group members by sending it to them and creating one joint one so that they can collaborate and create their presentation. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how Padlet helps him with those goals and challenges. So first, when you go to create a Padlet, it'll ask you what kind. So the first kind is the wall, and that's what Allison was showing you, her wall. And then another one is a stream, which is kind of like an Instagram stream. It just goes down. And then there's a grid, which is the orange one. And then there's a shelf. And then there's a map. And then there's the canvas, which we will be using today. And then there's the timeline. So here's the first one I made. This is what the student would use when they're just starting the project and they're just trying to find some good ideas. So what I did to get the pictures of all the nice artwork is I went to the plus symbol. And then I hit this little image with the mountains and the search button. And then as you can see, I've searched it. So you just go right here and you can also do GIFs, YouTube, Spotify if you want to add a song, the web. So just go to images, search an artist or something, and then you get all these images. And then you would just click on one. You just gotta wait for it to upload. It usually doesn't take too long, very fast. And then on subject, the student could add like the art, what the picture is called. And then in the caption, they could write the story about the picture, how it came to be. And then right here, you can change the colors. And then you hit publish right here. And then you can also just move it around by dragging it and moving it. And then to add a video, you would pretty much do the same thing. You would just hit add, and then this little link button right here, YouTube, or you could add links. So you could just click the video if you'd like. So YouTube, then art, and then there's all these different videos. And then students could use this video to maybe explain what that time period of art was like or a certain artist to help with that as well. This one must, there we go. And then you just do that, publish. And this would be the first students like brainstorming ideas. Okay, so the next one. So this is when the students would just kind of put their ideas together. So this is when I started using the web feature of this one. So I put student one and I put ideas and info that they had. And then there's this little link connecting it, and that would also be a video that they found. And to get them connected, I hit these little three dots in the corner. And as you can see under the little color choices, it says connect to a post. So I hit that. And then it says all the ones except the ones that are connected already. It says connect. And then if you mess up or something, you can just hit cancel since I've already connected them. And then I made them different colors to make it a little bit more organized. Okay, so next we have what the final project would look like for them. So I put student one, their final ideas, and then I did the web feature, and it's all kind of connected, and you can move them around too, like this, different ways to move them around to make sure that they all fit.
And notice how it has her name by it, so it'll say who did what work.
Okay. And now I'm going to show how this would help certain things. So if you hit this little setting button right here, go to the title, the description. So right here's the link, and that would be how another way you could send it to certain people. And then there's the attribution, and this is how you would get the person's name. So you would just click this, and then as you can see, her name pops up. So that is how he would be able to tell who put what in there. And then if you hit right here, it says comments, turn that on. And then it says add a comment right here. So he would be able to add comments to it as well. And then reactions right here. This is another way he could, right now it says no reactions, but you could do likes. So then they could like it, upvote it, a star, and then even give a grade. And then that's another way he could even grade it as well. And then there's require approval, which they would have to require it to approve. And this one's pretty nice, filter profanity in case people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, especially in high school. So there's that. Save, so it saves it. Okay, and now you can see it says her name, so he will know who did what. Then if he adds a comment, it'll be like, good job. And then each student can add a comment, and then you can see that. Then delete the comment, and then all of that.
So this is just a final ending picture of what the students will look like in the class presenting it. So once they finish their final project, they can go ahead and just put it on the whiteboard and demonstrate it and present it to the class, and they can see all the work that they did on it. And still, it's only the students that were able to access it and the teacher, not the other students. They're just viewing it from like the teacher's computer. And then this is also another example of a finished Padlet that I created. And you can see on here that there's different links and that there's either people liked it or they didn't like it. And it has everyone's different names. And then it also has the arrows where it connects which pieces are connected to which. And that is about it. Thank you.